Hello, Ernestine. How are you? Sorry about the other video, guys. I have no idea what happened, but I'm back on. Hello there, Jesus girl Betty. How are you? Thank you for joining me on today. I'm excited about being back with you. I have no idea what happened with the other video, guys, but I'm back. Can you all see me? Can you see me? Hey, Kiana. Kiana, can you see me all right? If you can, just say yes. Yes, good, good, good. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me back. I have no idea what happened, but thank God we were able to get back on. We got disconnected, and I don't know why we got disconnected. All righty. Let's do this. Okay. All right, everyone. Well, we was talking about triggers, and we got disconnected. Triggers are something that, do you ever get over triggers? You can. You can get over triggers, but I don't know whether you'll ever get over the idea of what happened. You know what I mean? Because especially I am a narcissist specialist, so I've dealt with that. I've had over 10,000 cases, and I deal with this as a life coach. And as a life coach, I help assist people in their freedom, to bring back their lives, to bring back their goals, to get back their strength, to get back their confidence of who they are. And I've dealt with cases that have been out of a situation for years. And you know what? Years later, they're still triggered. They are still triggered. And triggers happen when healing is still necessary. She said, it is the processing of triggers for me. Absolutely. Because triggers got all kind of emotions attached with them. Because in triggers is the memory. You're going into the memory arena when you're dealing with triggers. It's something that has happened that you filed away. And when you filed it away, there's a way you filed it. And when you filed it that way, that thought come back in and it triggers you. And the feeling is fresh. You feel that all over again. But what kicks in is your reason mind. Your reason mind tells you you can't stay there. Your reason mind tells you that you have to go on from there. Your reason mind tells you that you are out of there. And now your reason mind speak to your reality mind. And your reality mind have to dismiss the files. It has to dismiss the fantasies and the previous order of thinking, feeling, processing. All of that has to be dismissed. And it is an ordeal. It can be a very serious ordeal. It can take time. Gabriel. It can take as much time as you can process it. Some things you can process expeditiously, you can just let it go. And some things it's hard. It's hard to let it go. Because you still are not convinced that that has happened. I did that really happen? Yes, it did. Did I really go through that? Yes, you did. Did I really experience it? You did. And the sooner the reality comes, the quicker you can move past that. But you have to move past that. You the one have to get past that. Triggers are nothing fun. Marcia Wilborn said, yep, that is absolutely true. She said, I'm all is well. Thank you. How's everyone? Okay. She said, yes, yes, yes. Danielle said, I'm learning to see it now as a memory mirror and let it pass. That's really good right there, because that's exactly what it is. It is a memory mirror. And you got to know that it's not something that is happening now. It's something that you have to dismiss. And you're going to have to get yourself together, because triggers can re-engage certain emotions and make them live and raw. Triggers can do that. And you had no idea that you were still there. You had no idea. Danielle said, yeah, I'm learning to see it now as a memory mirror and to let it pass. And Maria says, I've processed the triggers. However, the flashback can be difficult. But see, that's what the triggers do. They take you back into your memory. So it's the flashback. It's like being in war, PTSD. Something goes off, boom, he hit the floor. Because his memory file is war. He has no other thing to identify that with. And at the time, it offset him, and it probably shocked him that he hit the floor. He didn't know he still had that sensitivity. See, those flashback, that means you got to go and gut your memory. How you do that? You got to put more information in there. You got to put more positive information in there. You got to put more confidence in there. You got to put more forward motion in there. You got to let you know, I'm no longer there. I'm not there anymore. I can't think like that anymore. I refuse to think like that anymore. He's not here anymore, and I'm not going to bring him into my arena. I'm not going to do it. She said, will the sensitivity always be there? Not at the same level. No, it will not. When my husband passed away, I was very sensitive to them calling his name, saying memories, and then I got pictures and photos in the house and things that remind me of him. But it's been 10 years. It got easier, even though I still think about him. It got easier over time. When you build yourself up, you can't, it's not automatic. There's no automatic healing. People think just because you leave, they leave, it's automatic. There are no automatic healing. And I won't tell you that all the sensitivity will go away, but I can tell you it won't stay in the same degree, because some of the sensitivity you have may be used to help others out, that help others know that what they're going through is real. You know? And so when you recognize that what you went through is a reality, then you start dealing with your person. What am I going to do about me? What am I going to do about my mind? With everything that I've been through, I got scars. I even have physiological situations that occurred while I was there. And I'm still maybe getting over them. Or I noticed that when I left, some things left. I didn't have the headaches anymore. I didn't have the irritable bowel syndrome anymore. The stomach wasn't upset anymore. I didn't have the sleepless nights. So some things verified your freedom was necessary. Some things verify your freedom was necessary. And so when your freedom is necessary and you inaugurate that freedom, now your mind wants you to train into another form. of deliverance. She said, that's the scariest spiral sometimes. I know. But you got to remember, as long as you stayed in there, that's as long as it's going to take for you to come out. If you went 55 miles north and where you wanted to go was 60 miles south, you still got to go to 6, unless you know shortcuts, you still got to come back that 65 from north to south. When you are in a relationship, your mind needs to be healed. The process needs to occur. And when the process occurs, it starts healing your memory, your thoughts, your imaginations, your judgment, your desires. All of these things begin to heal. And it heals in layers, like it occurred in layers. And the layers was time. The layers was event. Things that happen over time. Events that happen over time. And as much as you want to wake up one day and say it's over, it ain't going to be like that. It's not the process. The process inaugurates time. Time inaugurates instruction. Instructions require information. Information require steadiness. Steadiness will make a routine so it can change your life, so it can change your mind. And it needs to go deep enough where the thought was. It needs to go deep enough where the memory was. It needs to go deep enough where the ideology, the thoughts, the memory, the judgment, every place that was tapped by the narcissist, you're going to have to reform that. You're going to have to transform that. And that's time. And you may be still transforming some things after 15, 20 years. See? And the thing is, it's not easy. As much as you want it to be over. I'm out of it. Why am I over it? Because you had a series of events that became system operators. And those system operators have to be broken. You got to break the routine. You got to break that steadiness. That depression you have, that degradation you have against yourself that was given by the narcissist to believe that you was nothing and you was less than, you got to break that. But you got to break it at the level and at the depth that they sanction it in your life. You got to go to the root to uproot it. You said, well, how can I do that? She said, I know I've been healed some. Feels like layers lifting when a breakthrough. And it has. Layers has. No, none of that is false. But you got layers more to go. The Bible said that God's word is active, alive, it's energizing, it's effective. I use that as a means of help for me. It's a process, yes ma'am. And the thing is, it takes time. Time was given you for that reason. To get a measured moment and to activate certain instances in a measured moment to get the highest quality of life. The highest quality of life. Danielle, I know you got that. And when you get that process to give you the highest quality of life, it's going to take time. You don't get high quality instantaneous. Even if you see it and you purchase it, it takes time to see it, take time to purchase it, take time to make the exchange. Time will be involved. And usually the deeper the healing necessary, the more time necessary, unless there's a miracle. And that does happen. Some people doesn't take as long as other people because it didn't go where other people went in their lives. And then the process that they need to help them. Everybody got their own process of help. It sure have been. Well, welcome. Thank you for being on. So just think about it. Triggers let you know there's still some tender areas, and we need to work on these tender areas. Because once triggers get too loud, triggers can get a voice, triggers can get reactionary, triggers can get theatrical, triggers they get vision, triggers can get into your subconscious, and it'll launch things into your conscious. And that's when you get paranoid. That's when you go back in the situation. That's when the walls move. That's when you see them and they're not there. That's when you saw them and they said something. All these things can happen. Triggers must be dealt with. You have to deal with a trigger. You cannot underestimate a trigger. See? You have to operate effectively when there's a trigger. Never let a trigger take a seat in your driver's seat. Always put trigger the passenger seat when you're processing it, in the back seat when you're going deep enough to process the liberation, and throw it out the car when you're driving off to say it's over. Because you can get over triggers. Triggers are not something that have to remain. You can't get over a trigger. They don't have to remain. You don't have to keep having them and having them. And if you notice, if you got a trigger, you deal with that trigger, then another one comes, you deal with that trigger, they leave. It's only when you act like they're not there, when you take and sweep them under the rug, and the rug get as high as the bed, all that is still there. All of that is still there. Triggers have to be dealt with. Just like you had to deal with a decision with living with a narcissist, and then you had to make decisions for your life, what you was no longer going to tolerate, what you was no longer going to do. And until you made those decisions, it didn't matter what happened, it was going to happen. It had room to happen. And it was going to continue to happen. Because narcissists think it can happen. Until you say no. No more, I done had enough. Then it's over. Then it's over. But until then, it's not over. Triggers look for a resident. That's why they come. They want to come out of your memory into your forefront. I want to live again. And you cannot let triggers live again. You were in my memory for a reason. But now you done jumped out in my memory. I'm going to deal with you to get you out of my resident, period. I'm not going to keep playing with a trigger, thinking about a trigger. I'm going to get positive affirmation. I'm going to get the word of God if I'm a Christian. I'm going to get positive group supporters. I'm going to get me a therapist, psychiatrist, counselor, psychologist, life coach. I'm getting out of this. You do not have to stay with a trigger. She said discernment in the spirit realm is warning signs when things occur. Yeah, discernment will let you know what is there, what you don't see. And then a discernment will loose a strategy, because just discerning a thing is not enough. I know you there, now what I'm going to do about it? You need a strategy. God is a strategist. God will always be an instructor when he got you on the track, when he got you on the pathway. He's going to always give you instruction. He's going to always give you wisdom, because until you get the instruction to overthrow the thing going to be there. Have you ever seen a person and they just like they were 15 years ago? You're like, didn't you grow at all? No, because they didn't deal with nothing. You can tell when a person don't deal with anything because they like you left them. That's why narcissists come back, because he thinks you're like he left you. And he wants to find you in the same way, in the same order. And most narcissists, especially when it was a prime supply, show back up, even if it's 10 years later, like nothing never happened. And they expect for you to let them back in. You don't even talk to them. When you go NC, you go NC. You don't make no casual call, just make sure you're all right, because I heard there was a hurricane down there. Let the hurricane be down there. They ain't got nothing to do with me. We done. I don't have to call you. Hopefully you didn't get out the storm. You have to go no contact when it's no contact. You have to. Or you're going to be stuck, stalemated. Because if you don't went through torture, you don't went through abuse, oh, there's triggers. It's just the right thing hadn't caused them to rise up. And you'll know when you trigger. She said, worse they become when you don't deal with them. Danielle's a real talk. See, when you don't deal with triggers, people can say all they want to say. But triggers don't want to leave. Triggers want to abide. And it wants to bring a fresh incident. When you don't deal with triggers, it probably won't be long before you magnetize another narcissist in another form. You had it on your job, now you got it in your relationship. You had it in a relationship, now you got it on your job. You had it with your mom, now you got it in your relationship. Because the beacon is a call for it. And triggers are a beacon when you don't deal with them. Triggers are a beacon. When you don't, you have to deal with triggers. You have to deal with triggers. You have to. You cannot. You cannot. You cannot not deal with triggers. You want to know that's impossible? It's impossible not to deal with them and move on. And I'm going to tell you, people have been out of it for a while. I've known people been out of it 10 years, I told you. And they got triggered. And they fought that trigger for a year because it was one trigger after the other. Because they allowed their flashbacks, they allowed their mind to go back into the realm of memory. And memory is loaded with incidents, situations. Memory never has empty spaces. Because once you get rid of a memory, you're replacing a memory. It's automatic. And you don't need to tell your memory what to do. Your memory is like a sponge. You put sponge in water, it'll absorb. Because it knows what to do. You must deal with trigger. Jesus' girl Betty said, been out for 30 years. Talk to him. And he still talk to me like I'm that 15-year-old girl. My daughters will soon be getting married. She said, I will see him then and not looking forward to that. Oh my God. Yep, action triggers a reaction. That's good. She said, can't get stuck in the memory. You can't. See, and you know why, Jesus girl Betty? The reason they do that, because they don't move on. He's stuck. So he think you're stuck. And you're not. You done moved on. He think you still love him like you love him. And he's not convinced otherwise. He is convinced he can manipulate and dominate just like he did there. You're not even in the same mindset. You got a daughter getting married. We ain't got no little kids running around here. And he's stuck. And when he see you, he gonna see the 15-year-old. He's not gonna see that grown woman. He gonna see that 15-year-old girl. This is what I did to her. This is what she let me do. This is how I manipulate her. And none of that is real. So most of them end up with a narcissistic injury. Most of them do. Because it's not the same. It's not the same. You're not that 15-year-old girl. 30 years later, oh my God. This is why when people say they're going to change the narcissist, if they're not ready, I don't make them ready for something they're not ready for. Yes, he is apostle, because I'm 60 years old and I'm not that 15-year-old girl. She said, and I'm not going to take any disrespect. Let me tell you some use wisdom. Because screaming at a narcissist, going off at a narcissist is not wise. Because he wants to manipulate the situation to make you look awkward. If you're going to talk to him, mean what you say and keep your voice down. Don't let him cause you to react. You respond. She said, can't change the narc, change directions. Yep, that's it. In a nutshell. And the thing is, they ain't looking for change. How a person who's entitled, a person who think they're unique and special, gonna change? Why would they change when they're the unique and special one? They want you to change. They want you to change. She says, the narcissist will say or do something they know will annoy you. Yeah, annoy people. They do. And they want you to feel embarrassed because they're looking for a reaction. Don't give it to them. The worst thing to do is to ignore a narc. Oh, that's so painful. You can't hurt them more than that. She said, I heard you. Thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely. He looking to rev you up. And you know what? If he know you're going to be there, he is meditating on what to do and say. But you're not even the same woman. So what happens then, it ain't going to even touch you and move you now. The only way you'll be moved by him with what he say is it's triggering. It's still triggering. Now, if you got a trigger, you're going to need some serious self-control.
So sorry. I pressed the wrong button.
Yeah,
I didn't see the chocolate.
yeah. So, don't allow the narcissist to move you. Don't allow them to move you. Jesus, girl Betty, I pray that God will strengthen you. He will stable you. He will bless you. He will encourage you. He will remind you of who you are. It's the greater one that's in you. You're more powerful than what you've been through. It's just a moment. It's a wedding. And the wedding only lasts for a period of time. And after a while, he's gone, you gone. Don't do nothing that's going to linger. Don't do nothing that's going to impact other people to take in their memory. You keep yourself together, no matter what. All right, y'all, my time is up here. She said, when triggers come, she said, I'm intentional about recognizing it for what it is and give myself space to process. That is very wise. Processing a trigger to take the life out of it, it don't live. And once a narcissist do something expecting a trigger, he's wounded, he's hurt. You win when the narcissist get injured because that means you didn't go for what they put down. She said, I don't have a trigger. She said, I'm going to smile and move away from him. Smart girl. Smart girl. And those of you that are dealing with triggers, because it takes time to get over that much pain, that much hurt, then take the time it takes for you to get over that. And know that you need that time. Give yourself that time. Jesus, girl, Betty, you've been out of it for, 30 years? So, you know, she said, thank you. I received the wedding. It's not until October. I'm going to be fasting, praying each month. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you're going to do well. You're going to do very, very, very well. Amen. Your phone gate. All right, y'all. This is my time. You know, I appreciate you coming with me every week. I come back right after Bible study on Wednesday. She said the honeymoon end as soon as the narcissist hear the word no. I don't even have to say anything else on that one. Because they can't handle no, because the narcissists feel that they should get everything they want. See, they feel like they should get everything they want, and they can't. They cannot. And that's it. When you tell them no, the narcissists don't understand no. The narcissists don't understand my way. They love that song. And they sing it, sing it, sing it, sing it, sing it, sing it. My way. They love that song. Look. Those of you that are still being triggered, need help. Get a good life group, a life coach. She said, thank you for your time and support. Make sure you like, and those of you that are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. And then when you see little snippets through the day, like and share those snippets. I love you to life. And remember, a trigger can be healed. It's just a revelation where you need to be healed. I love you to life. Meet me next week. I love you, everybody. God bless. And Jesus, girl Betty, it's good to see you. Bye-bye.